What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Super Bowl Sunday edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Peralt. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. And we are red hot. That means today may not go very well. Just the way things have gone. College basketball is absolutely nuclear. 2-1, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0-1 over the last 4 days. One bet wrong in the last 4 days, and that one bet that I got wrong was a hockey play, not a college basketball play. There's no real college basketball to bet today. It's Super Bowl Sunday. No one's playing really, okay? It's all about, there's some NBA action. You want to watch some NBA, some tune-up to get you ready for the game at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, but it's all about the Super Bowl. We've got everything in play. We got a lot going. We got a lot of bets going. It's a big Sunday. It's the last football game of the year. Everyone is excited. And we are too. Live stream comes at you at noon Eastern Time. Me, Pat Fitzmaurice, Andrew Erickson, our favorite picks, bets, and plays broken down. Anything I'm going to add, I will tell you about it on the live stream. I do have more bets for you guys here today. I'm going to recap everything that we have currently in play. We got a lot of bets to talk about. We got a lot of action. I love having things throughout the entire day to get into. And yes, some of these bets may not be available at the books you have at your disposal. Different books, different odds, different picks, different plays. It's the Super Bowl. This is the 1 year where there's so many markets. Oftentimes, there's off-price numbers. Oftentimes, you may get a better price than me being out of Vegas, me being in Vegas. All different types of stuff. This town is unreal at the moment. I mean, we're seeing some wild stuff. I don't know. I may need to go down there tomorrow night after the game's over just to experience what a post-Super Bowl is going to be like here in Las Vegas. But before we give you the picks and the plays, and I'll recap it all in case you are new to the podcast and you're just listening today because it's Super Bowl Sunday. You're like, I missed all the previous plays. I'm going to give you the entire card as of last night. Now, on the live stream at noon Eastern on the Betting Pros YouTube channels, where you're going to find that. The live stream, there could be ads. You also will hear Andrew and Pat's favorite plays as well, so you can add to your own card if you would like. Okay, we're going to go over them all coming up here. I don't know how long the stream will be, 30 minutes, an hour, probably somewhere in that range. We'll get after it on the YouTube channel for Betting Pros. Go search it. If you're watching this video right now, same place where you're watching this video, you would be able to watch the live stream as well. This podcast is being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com. If I've made you money this week, and a lot of you guys, I got one guy telling me he's made $5,000, one guy who's made $2,000. If you guys are making money, go to OmahaSteaks.com/juice. Go buy something, okay? Just help our sponsor out. Keep the sponsor happy. This is what we do here. If I'm helping you win money and you're trailing my plays, kick it back. Or I'll give you a separate way here in just 1 second to do it as well. But go to OmahaSteaks.com/juice and you guys can pick up 8 free awesome Omaha steak burgers with select packages. There's great, really unique cultivated packages available at OmahaSteaks.com/juice. Got to go there to check it out. New offer starts tomorrow. This offer is 8 free steak burgers, 50% off site-wide going on right now. Go check it out, OmahaSteaks.com/juice. If you don't eat meat and you want to just buy a hat, great time to do it. Hoodie, t-shirt, support the pod. bettingpros.com/shop is that website. bettingpros.com/shop. You can buy this hat, the Daily Juice hat. You can buy other Daily Juice hats, t-shirts, and great stuff. Okay? Heck, buy me a hat. Guy said, can I tip you for what I've won? The guy that won $2,000. Can I send you a tip? I'm like, no, we don't do that here. My content is free. Always will be free. You want to send me a t-shirt? Fine. You want to send me a hat? Fine. You want to buy a hat for yourself? Even better. Okay? But no tipping. No, there's no need. Okay? Free pod. I'm compensated to do this podcast like I always said. So, I'm here to help or here to help you fade me if you want. But if you're fading me this week, ouch. Not so great. Tomorrow, or today rather, in the Super Bowl, maybe not be a bad idea. I don't know. Generally speaking, there's going to be a cool down. And when you switch sports, maybe we cool down because it's football and not basketball. But here are the plays up to this point if you have not been with us, okay? The first bet was the teaser. Chiefs plus 7.5 combined with over 41. Okay, that's a 1.2 unit play, okay? That plus 7.5 over 41. Okay, we got that at open. Second bet, we came in with George Kittle over 49.5 receiving yards for a half a unit. George Kittle, anytime touchdown for, what was the price on that we got that for? Plus 185 for a half a unit. Shortest touchdown, under 1.5 yards. 1.5 units down. That's the biggest prop bet of the year that I'm making, but it's a prop bet I make every year in the Super Bowl. It's my favorite bet. Pass interference, holding, ball goes to the 1 in the end zone, ball goes to the 1, touchdown, we win that bet. Deebo Samuel, under 16.5 rushing yards at minus 110 for a half a unit. All right? Now, what are we adding? 49ers. Minus 1.5. This number is going to move today, okay? It very well, the Chief money may show up and drive it back. Some books are at 2. 1.5 was primarily the number in Vegas. Now to 2, back and forth, okay? I don't mind laying 2, okay? I laid 1.5. Don't mind laying 2 on this, okay? But this is a 1-unit play. Just because it's the Super Bowl, don't go crazy. Stay disciplined, okay? Stay within your means. Don't go nuts. This is just another game. Yes, there's more markets. Yes, we're having more fun, and there's more things to bet on. But don't be dumb, okay? Don't blow your whole bankroll so you can't bet college basketball. Don't say, well, Matt, I won $1,000 off of you during college basketball, so I'm going to play it all in the Super Bowl. And then you lose it all. And I go like, I've had years where I could not hit a bet in the playoffs. And then I turned around and I went 8-0 in the Super Bowl. Okay, I've had perfect runs in the Super Bowl before where I've hit every single bet I have placed. I don't think that's going to happen here tonight, but here I'm going to give you a couple of options, okay? A couple of things you guys can do, a couple of picks and plays if you want to jump in on it, but just be disciplined, okay? Like if I lose every single bet I place, I think I lose, I don't know, like 5 units or something. Like, it's not horrible, okay? We've just had a hell of a week, okay? We've won, I think, 8.5 units so far this week, okay? So if I lose 5, I'm not even down what I won this week, okay? So just FYI with how I play it, how I'm doing it, okay? So there's the plays up to this point, right? George Kittle receiving yards, George Kittle anytime touchdown, shortest TTD being under 1.5 yards, Deebo Samuel under 16.5 yards rushing, KC Chiefs plus 7.5 with a teaser to the over at 41. 3 more plays. 1.1 units, Niners minus 1.5. Sorry, 5.5. Well, yeah, 1.5. 1.5 for the Niners. Look, here's my philosophy on this game, okay? If the Chiefs are winning at halftime, they're going to win the game. I don't think the Chiefs will win at halftime. Think McCaffrey is going to have a really big game. If I was going to pick an MVP, I think it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. I think he's going to run the ball. I think they're going to have an opportunity here with a lot of play action. Spagnuolo's defenses have struggled with teams that do a lot of play action and a lot of motion, a lot of misdirection, okay? This is a very complicated offense to stop. This offensive line is really good. Okay, they can road grade you at times. Now, the Chiefs' defense has been phenomenal, okay? But given the defenses, the offenses, I don't know what the Ravens did last 2 weeks ago. I don't understand it, okay? They didn't run the ball. Niners will run the ball, and they will keep running the ball. Even if they fail in the first 3 drives, they will keep running the ball. They're not going to have Brock Purdy throw the ball 40 times, okay? The Chiefs are going to blitz them. Purdy to Kittle over the middle. That's the theory. Kittle, I think, is going to kill the Chiefs. I think Kittle is going to be a monster weapon in this game. I think Kittle is going to play a huge role, and you want to go with a crazy flyer bet, George Kittle MVP. You want to go with a flyer. So I like the Niners to win the game. 2 bets you can make if you want, and they are both quarter unit flyers. I'll put them down being official just in case they hit. The Niners to win 24-21 is 10-1. Quarter unit, 10-1. I'm going to hedge on it a touch and go 24-20. That's 9-1. Quarter unit. Okay? Exact score. If we nail this, I am officially nuclear beyond anything I've ever been in before in my life if I get the final score right. I did pick the final score right 2 years ago. I had it 23-20 Rams over the Bengals. 24-20, 24-21. Niners win, Niners cover. 10-1 DraftKings, 9-1 DraftKings. Quarter unit on both plays there for that. Niners minus 1.5, Niners 24-20, Niners 24-21. Now, 2 other bets to give you. The longest field goal made in the game, over 47.5 yards. Shop the price. I got minus 125. We're going to bet to win a half a unit there on that. Here's the theory. Indoors, Carlson for the Raiders has a monster leg, and he was a weapon for the Raiders. So does Harrison Buckner for the Chiefs. I think he makes a 50-plus yard field goal in this game. And I think they'll be okay with letting him attempt deep field goals in this game, being indoors, like 58, 59-yard field goal attempts. Okay, I think that's a possibility here because the ball flies. 1, we are at thin air. Okay, in the desert, the ball flies. 2, in that building, good kicking building, good sight lines for kickers. Buckner, I think, will nail a 50-yarder or longer. Over 47.5 yards for the longest made field goal in the game at minus 125. Bet to win a half a unit. I'm going to couple that with a punt being downed inside the 5-yard line or closer. 5-yard line or in. It's a plus 190 play. Here's my theory. The field's been outside for a week while it's been raining in Vegas. And I mean like unlike Vegas rain, like rain, okay? It's somewhat of a soft turf anyway on the grass, and I've seen the ball deaden and die watching Raider games. And with the field, I walked past the field when I was going to opening night. Like, I was like, there's the field. It was covered. It was pouring rain. It's like, this is wild. Field's outside. I'm not saying the field's going to be slippery. I'm not saying the field's going to be soft. I just think the field's going to be lush. And I think the ball could actually hit and deaden inside the 5-yard line. We're going to go with a punt to be downed from the 5-yard line or less at plus 190 for a half a unit. All right. Those are plays. This is how I like to do it, okay? I like to have something in action, bets that we can always be tracking throughout the entire game, okay? So San Francisco minus 1.5, full game bet. KC teased at plus 7.5 over 41, full game bet. Longest field goal made is 47.5 yards, full game bet. A punt down inside the 5-yard line every time they punt, full game bet. Deebo Samuel under 16.5 rushing yards. Shortest touchdown to be under 1.5 yards. Kittle touchdown, Kittle receiving yards, all for basically full game bets. All right. I prefer that rather than like a first half. Look, second half under. If this game is, 17-10 at halftime or something like that, the second half under pre-flop, not every book will give it to you, but some books are going under 23.5. That has been an 18-2 mark for the Chiefs. Everyone's going to be on it. I don't know. Everyone in the media room, everyone that was speaking on my other show, The Bostonian versus the Book, on Radio Row, on Media Row, they all took the KC Chiefs almost to a person. I did a show on Thursday night from Resorts World where I had nothing but professional gamblers and bookmakers on. One person took the Chiefs. Everyone else was on the Niners. This is a monster pros versus Joes Super Bowl. And I'm not saying which side's going to be held right. I'm just trying to middle it, all right? So I guess technically the pros would be right, But, if the Niners win by 2, some people will push. I'll cash the 1.5. I'll cash the plus 7.5. There'll be a question about the total, how many points we get in, but 24-20 and 24-21 gets me over 41, which is what I played with the teaser, but it stays under the 47.5. I do think the under is a good bet. I do. I think this is going to be an under game. I don't see a ton of offense in this game, but we've seen previous Super Bowls going crazy. The last bet that fell off my card was the longest enforced touchdown being over 15.5 yards. Sorry, the longest enforced penalty being over 15.5 yards. What scared me off is I went back to the last time these two teams played, and I know it doesn't matter, but there were only there was 25 yards of enforced penalties on Kansas City and 45 yards of enforced penalties on the 49ers. Different team, different refs, but a 20-yard penalty would be significant. If you go back to the Patriots and the Rams, there was 65 yards to 20 yards. Eagles and the Patriots, 5 yards against the Patriots, 35 yards against the Eagles. So this is Super Bowl 54, 53, 52, just going back historically over the last couple of years, you can say, there may be different numbers you can pull up and look at, but I don't know. I'm concerned about betting on a zebra as to what they will do and how they will do it. I'd rather bet on the punters, and I think both punters are pretty good. In particular, the kicker for the punter for the Niners is really good, so I think he has a better shot. I think the long field goal will be kicked by Buckner. The punter for the Niners, I think, has a good shot at downing it inside the 5-yard line and pinning Patrick Mahomes deep. And I think that could be the strategy, too, by Shanahan, trying to keep Mahomes on a long field. So if you want a flyer bet for fun, you could do what you want to do with the opening kickoff to be returned, not a touchback. The problem with this is, of the 57 Super Bowls, 49 of them have had opening kickoffs returned, including 26 of the last 30. But the problem is the only 4 to results in touchbacks over the last 3 decades were all the indoor games. This is an indoor Super Bowl. I'm a little concerned about that bet. That's why I didn't make it. I was like, man, I've seen the ball fly too much at Allegiant. The ball moves. And I know Moody's not great kicking the ball off, so the bet would be that Moody's not going to get the ball. If the Niners win the coin flip and defer and have the Chiefs go out on offense first, or vice versa. The Chiefs wins, they give us the football. We want it for our offense. I don't know. If the Niners kick off, that would be the play. But if Buckner is the one kicking it off, Buckner's getting the ball to the end zone. Like K-ball or not, the ceremonial ball or not, I think you're going to wind up seeing that ball fly into the end zone, given that they're playing at Allegiant Stadium. So that's why I didn't make that bet. But you can make it if you want. I've seen a lot of people bet it, that the ball will be returned is plus money, but I'm not going to bet it. Okay? I will talk to you guys on our live stream coming up at noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Super Bowl 58. KC Chiefs up against the San Francisco 49ers here in Las Vegas for the first time ever. Allegiant Stadium live stream coming up. Any more picks, plays, and bets I'll tell you about. My name is Matt Peralt. Follow me on socials at Sports Talk Matt. Every morning, Daily Juice Podcast always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.